If you lead a nonprofit, if you work at a nonprofit or fund nonprofits, you know that data is no longer optional. It's no longer enough to say, we have a dream for a better world and we're going to try to make it happen. You have to actually start gathering data and measuring your impact. And that's the only way that you're going to grow and have the impact you want to have, because funders don't just want to take your word for it. Funders naturally and normally and rightly want to see, hey, what are you actually doing? Are you measuring? Are you not only measuring what you're doing, are you using it to evaluate and make even better plans for next year? So this is a normal progression that I've seen in multiple nonprofits, and this is good. And wherever you are at on this progression, think about moving one step forward, because actually each step of this progression is a natural stage. When you first start out building a nonprofit, you don't have a data collection plan, you don't have an app, you don't have a dashboard. You just see a need and you're ready to meet it, and you have a dream for a better world. That is a great place to start. And what you do is you tell people that you trust and that trust you, here's the dream. Will you help us get started? Pretty quickly, though, you need to have a logic model, which is, let's link our dream to sort of a plan for measuring success. And even if you don't have a formal logic model, you have one of these in your head already, I promise. You have goals, you have programs, you have data, you have data that ought to change if you are successful, and you know these things, but you need to formalize them so that you can start collecting the data and picking metrics that are your goals, and then knowing if you're moving towards those goals. And so if you've got a logic model, that's great. If you don't, we'll help you build one, or just wait until a funder asks you for one. Eventually, a funder, you're going to be writing a grant application, and it's going to say, please attach your logic model. Okay, it's going to be required at some point, so it never hurts to start thinking about this if you have a brand new nonprofit. Now, the next stage is, haven't just defined some metrics. We haven't just defined data collection protocols. We're collecting the data, and it doesn't just exist in a spreadsheet we could pull up if we wanted to. We are monitoring progress towards our goals because we have a dashboard. A dashboard, I like to say, is something that you can look at for 5 minutes while you drink the coffee in the morning. Okay, you go make some coffee, you sit down at your desk, and you might check a few emails and then check the dashboard. The dashboard tells you, hey, are we on track to our goals? Or are we just going to find out at the end of the fiscal year that we undershot our goals by 30 or 50%? A dashboard can help you monitor your progress, and it can also help you make sure that existing areas of strength stay strengths. In the nonprofit world, you're always dreaming of, how could we have greater impact? Oh, let's focus our energy on a new program, a new thing that we can do better than we've ever done before. Well, you have existing areas of strength that are running fine. Would you know if those were beginning to fall off the rails, or if something wasn't working the way it used to? You might not, if all of your energy is going into the next big idea for impacting society. And so a dashboard lets you maintain what's supposed to be working in the background, the things that you're already doing really well to help people. And it helps you keep that running and know if it's still going well while you focus your energy on what's next. The last stage in this progression is, I think you have to get there eventually. And if you're not there yet and you've been around for 5 years, let's aim for it, okay? I'm going to challenge you to not only monitor your progress, but let's meet regularly, monthly, quarterly. And when I say let's, I would happily be part of that meeting. But I'd also just say, just make it your team. Make a monthly data meeting, a quarterly data meeting for your team to look at the data, look at the dashboards, reflect. What does it mean? Try to draw some insights. And then at least yearly, you should be thinking, okay, let's reevaluate our programs and our return on investment. As a nonprofit, you've got a certain number of people that are part of your team. You've got a certain budget. You've got the money that people are giving you. And the only way to have more impact is to raise more money, or to take the money that you're currently using in any given year and use it better. And I'll tell you, your funders would prefer the latter, okay? They want you to be thinking carefully about, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? Is it having the intended impacts? And is there a better dream? Can we reevaluate or fix a choke point in our impact? You know, a dashboard can show you that, let's just say there's 4 steps to making this impact. It can show you that step 1 is working fine, as step 2 is working fine. Step 3 is your pinch point where your impact is limited because let's say only 40% of people are finishing the program at step 3. And step 4 is doing fine. That's most people are proceeding through that. Let's look at where the pain points are and let's reflect, could we redesign things to have a greater return on investment? And that's societal return on investment. Same amount of money plowed in, same number of employees, but we're going to work in a smarter way based on the data we've seen. United InfoLytics, that's the consulting group that I run. We're about using information tools and analytics to move you forward. And the for-profit world has got this down, okay? But the nonprofit world sometimes needs help to realize where they are on this spectrum and what they could be doing better if they just moved 1 or 2 rungs forward in terms of great spreadsheets, great custom apps to help run your operations really well as analytics that help you understand what you're doing and if it's making a difference and where the pain points are that you could just focus some energy for a few months and turn things around. What we do is we do 3 different levels of engagement. And that's because we just want everyone to get the help to move at least 1 step forward, regardless of their budget. You may just have a discrete project you want pulled off. Great, let's talk about it. That might mean that you don't really have an internal data team, but you don't think you need ongoing data team. You just need a great custom app, a great, really powerful spreadsheet that's going to help you organize your work, and a dashboard. And then, you'll come back to us 2 or 3 years when you've got the next big project or when you need some tweaks on that project that we built for you. There's also the ongoing partnership, which says we know we need to move forward and we're not fully able to define the goal yet. We don't have a product or a project in mind. We just know we're moving forward, or we have some, but we know that we don't have complete vision yet. Let's partner to make the roadmap and then execute on it and then pick a new roadmap. This is also flexible in that we will do this hourly, so that you can flex up, when there's all of a sudden a big project, and then flex down to where we're just available as you need us to maintain the custom solutions, or you've got the next dream, the next thing you want to work on. The last thing is all of the things in the ongoing partnership, only we're going to be your fractional teammate. And in this way, this is your way of getting a 1/8 data scientist, a 1/4 analyst, and a 1/8 app developer all in one place for less than the price of a single entry-level full-time employee. And the goal here is the power and availability of a department of tech and data people without the expense or commitment of adding full-time employees. And when we have a fractional teammate relationship, what we're talking about here is that we are daily available and, call my phone number, call Nate's phone number. Nate is a great fractional teammate, and he's my teammate, but he's also a fractional teammate to customers who want to be able to pick up the phone and get immediate answers, start a video meeting, and try to figure out how do we move something forward, how do we get something fixed midday. And so the main difference between ongoing partnership and fractional teammate is availability and the commitment of sort of a monthly arrangement. United InfoLytics, our goal is to help nonprofits and small and medium businesses move forward because we have the experience and we're going to provide experience and we'll do both the basic stuff to keep your systems running, but we'll also do AI and machine learning to move you forward to be a trendsetter in your field. There's no hiring necessary. It's hard to manage someone that you couldn't do their job. And so we find that a lot of leaders struggle to hire a great entry-level data person. And so you don't have to hire, you don't have to manage it, don't have to figure out how to help that person grow. And also in terms of a one-stop solution, we do all of it. We do the custom app design, the custom spreadsheet design, the dashboards, the analytics, and the data science all in one place, even though traditionally those have been siloed. If you want to talk about ways that we could collaborate, ways that we could partner to help you move forward, we'd love to talk. But even if you don't think that an outsourcing or fractional teammate relationship is for you, we just hope that you'll look at this progression, figure out where you're at, and think about moving at least one step forward in the next year so that you can get to the point where you're constantly improving your impact on the people you're serving. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.